least me and Alaneth did. I remember at least one or two of us didn't want to go or wanted to stay here.
That was me. I wanted to stay and do something. And if it didn't work, I'll probably catch up.
Samuel's gonna raid his liquor cabinet.
Roll investigation.
That's a low-key liquor cabinet.
Yeah, you don't find it. You unfortunately do not find it. But you tried. That's the important bit.
Mm-hmm.
Detect liquor. That's great. So what are you guys doing now?
I'm gonna go see Vale.
As well as am I.
All right. So who's seeing Vale and who's doing something else?
Alneth.
Ruka.
Going to see Vale.
Yep. So Callian, I think if Callian is the only one who states that he's doing something else, and the rest of you are getting dragged along to see Vale.
We got Relor for the Vale group.
Excellent.
I'll send Intermodal with you guys.
The cat comes. All right. So everybody but Callian goes. So we'll start then with those guys, and we'll come back to Callian. So you guys exit the Nadorm residency, and you walk a bit through the little side areas before you reach a fairly well built like 16th century style villa with a shield on the front and a V encompassing from basically like the top of the shield to the bottom, so it actually it fits with the shield quite well actually, and you know this without fail to be the Vale House Embassy building. It has nice embellished like double doors at the front that are standard wood, but they're kept fairly clean with their brackets being a polished brass. What do we do?
I would like to knock.
Slide effect. No. You knock. You just you give an old 1-2 knock, and the door opens to an older, hunched man. Well, actually, dwarf. He's still old and hunched. He has a fairly long grey beard that basically reaches his toes and drags behind him. As well as he's leaning on probably about like an 8.5 foot high like staff, but it's not really a staff. It just seems like a walking stick that he can't be bothered shortening. He looks up to you in your height, Ruka, and just sort of, yes. What can I do?
Hi, I'm here to see Vale. He should know us.
Isn't everyone? It's the Vale Embassy. Everybody's here to see Vale.
Mm-hmm.
You said he'd recognise you, wouldn't he?
Yes, he definitely would.
Alright, come with me. Everybody come in. And he sort of like he stands to the right and sort of ushers everyone into the double before closing them behind you. As you guys walk in, it's quite warm. The central atrium to the almost like an inward courtyard. This villa is heated by 3 separate fireplaces. All in their own radial third from each other, so that they're all even based in design and whatnot. And in this center atrium is a grouping of wooden benches, seemingly designed to be sat there so you can sit and wait. to talk with someone, with then a spiral staircase starting in the right-hand side where this dwarf is standing in front of, and the spiral staircase goes up probably about 2 stories before it reaches a small metallic door that's only about 4.5 feet tall at the top of the staircase.
Please, just take a seat, and he'll be with you shortly.
Pardon me, you got any booze?
I'll see what we have available.
Thank you kindly.
And he hobbles up the stairs before opening the door, and you hear like a as his staff hits the top of the 4.5 foot door and like cracks down before springing back up again. And the door sort of creaks shut before you're greeted by a female half elf.
We're just meeting everybody.
Well, you recognize this half elf.
Oh, it's her.
Yes, she does in fact come to you.
Hi, glad to see you're doing well.
Glad you didn't freeze to death.
No, I'm also glad. How are we all doing?
Alive.
Yes,
I'm dirt poor again, but you know how it is.
aren't we all?
You do notice that she is like wrapped in a blanket fairly close to one of the fireplaces.
Yes, Ulfric said that he would keep me here until he could send me back to Valen. And well, I guess once he sent me there, I'm sort of free to do whatever I want, but right now I'm under his command.
Under his command.
Yes, I'm here to serve him. I was security for his caravan from Episk to Nodorm, but we got jumped, and well, you know the.
Indeed we do.
Do where are you staying in Nodorm?
Currently with the mayor, out of respect and paying him back for giving us food.
Of course.
And it looks like she's about to say something else before the door swings open, and at the top of the spiral staircase there's just friends. Come up, please. We have much to talk about. And the small dwarf like hobbles down before handing just a shot glass of rum on a wooden platter to Samuel.
Samuel drinks it in one swallow.
Yeah, unfortunately that's all we had. Apologies, but I assure you, I assure you it would be more than fine. Please follow me up the stairs.
Oh, thank you kindly.
And he hobbles up on his walking stick up the stairs before reaching the small door, opening it, and then just sort of pats your back as you all go in. Just, oh yes, watch your head. Oh yes, it's quite a small door. Yes. Watch your head.
Why is the door so small?
That's a question for another day. And then he closes it.
We're in a town
Please.
of dwarfs.
Please, sit. Sit. We got a lot to talk about.
Politely take a
And he gestures to the 3 chairs that are sitting in front of his desk. Whilst duly noting that there are more than 3 of you, he just sort of expects the rest to sort of pull up furniture and lean on.
I'll take a chair next to his desk. I'm going in.
I'll gladly take a chair.
I'll stand.
What the fuck is going on out there?
The police are here.
The goblins have come.
Half of the freeway.
He's just encompassed by sirens.
And more people have come for you.
It's probably just another crash. There was one last night at about 9. Yeah, so he gestures for you to sit down, wants you to sit down. He almost never looks up to you while he's like writing on his within his seeming journal or notepad or something. But upon like finishing a sentence, he sort of looks up and he goes, "So, is there a reason you came to see me?"
I think you know why we're here.
Please do enlighten me.
We want to get the goblins out of this town.
Ah, now you're speaking my language. How is it you plan to do that?
We're hoping to get a better understanding where they wouldn't notice too quickly and we can work our way through.
Interesting. Well, as you can tell, I'm short on funds, and I'm relatively short on food. But I'm sure with all of us, we can make things at least done well. Have you spoken with Gorn?
Would that be the blacksmith?
Yes, Gorn Ironpelt. He's the local blacksmith, best in all the north.
Yes, he's been very kind and has been working on some equipment for us.
Ah, excellent. Look, I'll give you the inside. Last time we had a bit of an uprising against the goblins. They took a few hostage, but one of the people they took hostage was Henry's daughter. It's all he cares about. They took 3 of my men, 3 of my fine servant guardsmen that protect this embassy. And yet all he gives a damn about is his daughter. Some mare, if you ask me.
Well, pardon me there, Vale, but a man shouldn't have to lose his daughter.
No, I agree. I'd hate to lose one if I had one, but had one daughter. Surely you'd think to focus on the how do we put the greater cause? Maybe the death of one can justify the lives of many. Again, just fruit for thought.
Clearly, you're not aware of how some people treat death. If it's someone across the street you don't know, it's so unfortunate. Someone who care about it shatters one's world, I tend to find.
Well, I like to keep my enemies close, so I tend to not really feel. Look, to get to the point, you'll need funding. What do you need?
More or less just a few basic pieces of equipment so we can start working over their numbers and thinning them down before trying to check out the court.
The blood court.
Yes.
Right. Excuse me a moment. And he gets up from his desk, and the legs of his long of screech as they shuffle back before he walks to the small door, crouches, opens it, and closes it behind him. About a minute to a minute and a half pass by before it opens again, and both him and a relatively well armored individual who you recognize to be Derek, the guard from the prison line, both walk in with Ulfric sitting down and Derek standing next to him. I'm assuming all of you have met. This is Derek Hellstone. He's my nobleman's guard. He's the one that traveled from Valen with me, all the way to Nodorm. Now, he's willing to try and get you things that you might be able to get your hand in this town, but it'll cost you quite the investment. And I'm not talking gold, I'm talking labor. You need things done, and I think those things need to be done.
It's to be expected. You can't get things for free, especially in the matters of who controls this town.
No, of course. Again, I don't need gold, and I don't expect you to pay me in gold. I only expect you to do your due service to this city, or to this great town.
As long as it gets us closer to getting rid of the little miscreants, I'll be more than happy to help.
Alright. Well, I have quite the plan. The town folk in Nodor less than inclined to fight back after what happened. So, I have an idea. You place this, and Derek puts on the table a small bag of gunpowder. I want to say a small bag of gunpowder. It's a fairly large bag, but it's not a huge bag. He's carrying it with one hand, but it's of gunpowder, refined gunpowder. You place this somewhere within the Frostwind Inn. Then you challenge the goblins within the inn. Now, there won't be any goblins in the inn. When you go in there, you'll have to try and get them in there somehow. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it. But you rally them in, and once they're in, you let her rip. You blow the place to smithereens. You blame the goblins, say the goblins blew it up, and all the townsfolk will be real pissed off that the goblins blew up their favorite place of recreation.
And you trust that no one else knows of this plan? Or would possibly ruin its idea?
No one but Derek and myself.
Sounds like a waste of an awful lot of good liquor.
Feel free to raid the place before it happens, but anything to divert suspicions would be smartest. Again, I must warn you that if a finger gets pointed, it's being pointed at you. Nowhere else.
To be expected.
I have to have a reputation to be able to suffer the downfall of blowing up an inn within one of my own jurisdiction.
Well, let's just be careful and let's try not to hurt anybody other than those that deserve it.
Agreed.
Of course, I can arrange that the inn will have as minimal people in it as possible, but there still will need to be people in there. I can't at all guarantee to you that there will be no casualties because, of course, the weight of this job, there will be casualties.
Wouldn't it just be easier to kill some goblins?
Not with as undermined as we are. We have no weapons. We only have townsfolk. They're considerably underarmed, undertrained, in order to take on this many goblins. About third court, and you open those doors, and there goes no door.
Well, it's I'd say it's a better plan than we currently had, but do you know where the prisoners are being held out of curiosity?
Prisoners?
Yes.
Within the blood court. I haven't been in there myself. The only person who's been in there been Henry when he watched his daughter's trial.
But
As to where
wait.
they pulled him, I don't know.
Wait, if the building was here beforehand, are there like plans for it? Wouldn't it the inside be mostly the same?
Yes, it was mostly the same, but we were a fairly loving town, and we didn't, excuse me. I have room service.
It's so fucking cold in here. I'm really getting the experience.
Dude, I have an AC right next to me and it's freezing. One moment, we'll get back into it. Alright, now the room service is left. Okay. Who had the question, or what was the question that was asked before? Oh, the layout, because it was probably... Yeah. So he sort of leans forward, puts his hands together and goes, that was originally the town hall. That was where Henry did a lot of his paperwork, where people came to claim their tax, the usual.
Yeah, Henry told us.
Yeah, it used to be the town hall. But now they've turned it into a blood court, and well, there weren't any real jail cells or anything of the like originally, so I don't know what it could have turned into.
So, I got some questions here. First of which is, do you got any more of that booze?
I'm sure somewhere in the liquor cabinet there's something, but you'll get those in a while. You have to earn them first.
Well, so here's my other questions. We're supposed to blow up a inn with some people in it, casualties being acceptable. Yet, this is supposed to inspire the townfolk to rise up against the goblins, which, admittedly, said the townfolk are not trained. And now
Correct.
we're going to have some less townfolk. Because we're blowing them up. Now, I know I ain't the smartest guy in the world, but the math ain't adding up.
What do you mean? I'm not sure I 100% understand.
Well, we're killing townfolk with gunpowder.
Indeed.
That means less townfolk. That means less townfolk that will rise up. They should want to fight for their freedom anyway.
They should, but they don't. You see, currently, our population is 14. 2 of that 14 are willing to stand up and fight. After this goes off, maybe lose 1 or 2. I'm hoping the 12, and that's a far greater improvement than 2. Surely you must see and understand my ideology.
Well, there's your folk. You want to kill them? We'll kill them, I guess.
As long as we're in understanding. So, what supplies do you need?
How do you normally blow that stuff up?
Well, Derek here usually just throws a match into it.
Wouldn't that kill you as well?
Exactly. We heard from a little bird that a few of you know how to do magic.
I can, yes. Why?
Surely one of you can blow it up from a distance.
I could, however, I am heavily lacking in my proper materials. Everything's taken hostage.
Yes.
So then, what do you need?
I need materials. I need something of a magical nature to focus my powers through. And the very small factor that I need a proper spell book to learn the magic in question, which was taken from me.
How
Right.
far would you say the explosion goes? Like, in feet.
It shouldn't stray far if you have the door closed. It'll all be encased within the building.
Okay, well, I have an effective range of about 30 feet.
It shouldn't be strong enough to ruin the structural integrity of the end. Just enough that it'll blow up what's inside, maybe hurt a few people, and make it unusable till repaired.
Alright. We can handle this.
So we have a deal.
Yeah, give me some liquor and give me a torch. We'll go do this.
Why do you need liquor and a torch?
You always need a torch, and you always need liquor.
I would argue with a man's logic.
Said you wanted some goblins in there, right? That's what I need.
I don't know.
I'm curious if
You're
you
gonna.
have some tools to assist me in possibly breaking out the ones that were taken to the blood court if I do find them.
Why don't we go one step at a time? We work out how to get this. When we eventually reach the raid of the blood court, I'll helpfully give you everything you need.
Do you have a bag?
Several. Why?
I don't know, to hide the gunpowder in?
It would be wise to at least leave with a bedroll or something to just make it seem like we've walked out with just some basic traveling supplies.
Of course, Derek, if you would. And Derek sort of just reaches under the table and pulls out a relatively ramshack backpack, but still a backpack nonetheless, and throws it on the table.
Good enough.
How about it?
Okay.
If we're going to do this, we might want to go check out the inn beforehand and see what we're working with, how many we might be able to pack in there.
Yes,
Well, alright. I'll see you, gentlemen and lady, when you return.
Alright,
And remember, can't speak of this with anyone.
Of course. I look forward to removing these little tyrants from your town.
Excellent, so do I. And I take it then you guys are leaving the room?
yeah. Hey, Raylor. Could you, teach me a little bit of Goblin?
Depends.
Maybe just a couple words to get them angry.
I think we can do that.
You most certainly are capable of doing that. If it's just a few words, like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's easy. As long as you're not,
Yeah.
like, stringing together sentences
I
or anything.
mean, yeah, whatever. I guess whatever insults you want to learn, I will go ahead and teach you that.
Because I was thinking, what do goblins? How many goblins have we seen since we entered the town? Like, what size? Have we seen any of the hobgoblins yet? You know, ones that are like medium size.
No, you haven't seen any hobgoblins or bugbears. Oh, no, you've seen bugbears. You saw bugbears outside of the blood court, but you haven't seen any hobgoblins.
Okay.
And from the ushers you've heard in town, people only speak about hobgoblins as if they're a myth. And it seems like nobody's actually seen any, or at least if they have seen them very briefly.
Alright. I guess, yeah, well, the insults will have to do for now then. Let's go check out the inn, I guess.
So you guys make your way to the inn. You leave the Vale House Embassy building. As you close it, the shield glistens. You walk just a few blocks down before reaching the Frostwind Inn, where its door is a wooden door, but has been carved beautifully into the shape of a face blowing, seemingly winds throughout the rest of the side of the building. Beautiful handcrafted architecture. With a small window, seemingly the only window in the entire building, directly next to the door. With the door only being about 5.5 feet in height.
Hmm.
Down.
I guess let's go in.
You crouch you crouch down a bit, enter in, and as you enter in, a rough and tumble dwarf with many cuts and even like a bit of a burnt beard, with a relatively dark black beard, but with grey highlights from old age within it. Behind the bar, going, new visitors. It's been one of them.
Yes, we're curious if there's any work that we could do to earn a good drink.
There's plenty.
Yeah, and Vale sent and said that you was gonna charge everything to his tab and drinks for free and on him.
Roll deception.
Oh.
Nice.
If you're doing the work, sure, I guess.
Well, he said
I
he was
don't
just
give a
gonna
damn.
pay for it. But I'll do some work too.
And he gestures over to the many kegs of ale, and it basically goes, "This is the new week's reserve. I need this over there," and he points behind on a table. Need him sideways, taps out.
Got it.
And then when you're done there, clean up the tables.
Samuel will fill up a giant mug of ale and start cleaning tables while drinking. And for every table he cleans, he goes and gets more ale.
Great.
While he's warming himself, I'm taking the sights to seeing like what we're working with bar wise. If the back of the bar seems like pretty tough and thick, maybe hopefully it has a bottom where it could survive a blast, maybe.
Yeah, so much like all the other buildings in the dorm, it's on stilts. But It's kind of hard to tell these stilts in the snow in the winter at the moment because of like the snow being the level that it is. It comes up on the stilts as if that's what the stilts are designed for. Yeah.
Not one for physical labor. Milo's just going to go around and anything that needs cleaning, he's going to prestidigitation.
But yeah, the roof isn't even that high. It's only about 7 or 8 feet tall.
Yeah, so I'm just going around and chain casting that over and over again to clean the place.
Yeah, you go about and most of the tables and the bar is like all relatively close together. There's not really much elbow room, but this is also like a smaller tavern, so like even if the entirety of the town was in the tavern, there's definitely enough room for it, but for only about 9 feet.
Milo, you darn cleaned it up too fast. You're ruining my drink.
Oh, my apologies that you're not allowed to get as smashed as you want to be. I'd rather get our work here squared away quickly so we may leave this frozen hell.
Samuel will remember that.
Get a few more beers and Samuel will not remember anything.
Moving those barrels with Ruka.
Yep. The too low strength that people got a team up.
I'm coming with you guys.
Team barrel.
The guy with high strength ain't there.
Why do I always get stuck doing this?
Puts muscle on you.
Because of dignitary. I don't know.
We lost somebody.
Did we?
Hmm.
We lost Marshall.
Oh no, he died. I told you the mole people were coming for him.
Yeah, the mole people had to tunnel up to his floor in the hotel.
It wasn't 15 minutes. You're not legally allowed to leave.
I told you the mole people were coming.
Yeah, did you manage to scare them off?
I actually just emptied all of the birdie's beans into the bottom of the container.
Well, let's
All right.
pick them out then.
So,
What the fuck just happened?
We were lifting a barrel.
Moving the barrels.
I am. Yes.
Now that pulse pounding action.
Let's roll me a fat athletics with advantage, whoever has the highest modifier.
Ruka.
Well, weren't we getting helped by Raylo?
Yeah, I'm helping. So.
Yeah, there we go.
There.
Is that athletics?
Yeah, athletics with advantage.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
fine.
Because it's a 22.
Yeah.
Unless, wait, have you got a level of exhaustion?
No, because I believe we rested, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, then that is disadvantage.
Nothing wrong with 3 exhaustion.
Okay, so you're moving with ease. You just sort of like pick them up. You get a bit of a conveyor belt going, and you put them down. And before the dwarf comes back in, he corpses his pipe like in the snow, and the hairs, like his mustache hair and like the hair at the front of his beard towards the bottom of his chin, very clearly singed from his pipe, as if he hasn't really paid attention. And they just sort of burnt while he was smoking. Walks back into the inn and goes, you did a fine job. So is there any reason for doing that, or?
Well, just wanted a nice warm drink after a long travel with nothing.
Yeah, of course. What's everyone after? What can I get you all?
No. I'll have some what the big guy was drinking.
Just fill it up.
And he just pours a cask of ale and he hands it over.
I have the
Thank
same.
you.
Yeah, of course. And he fills up another one and hands it to Alnath.
I'll take another 3, please.
Alrighty. And he pours. There you are.
I'll take a simple water with some tea. If you
Now
want.
just be careful. Not all of us are dwarves.
It just numbs everything, and sometimes that's what you need.
How many have you drunk so far?
As many as you'll have let me drink.
You get into about 4. Roll me a con save.
Nice.
Ugh,
Jesus.
I just got rotten egg. Oh, that's not good. That's a gross tasted jelly bean. Oh, Jesus. Good con save. You push through and you're actually able to down that 5th one. So, good job. You are, however, sloshed. Sloshed, but not poisoned.
I was just having a cup of water, and is there a fireplace in here?
There isn't, no.
Oh. So it's kind of cold in here then?
More for a fireplace. I mean, it's cold, but the low-hanging candles and the body warmth of everyone else sort of is what makes it warm.
Can't find anything I need in this town.
What you after?
A great many things that are more, I believe, out of this town's purview. So at the very least, I could try to reapply some markings I'm used to having on. But there's no ash here, so I will simply refrain until we find something.
Well, I mean, fine by me.
Are all gnomes as moody and strange as you, short?
Little one.
I would take it no. And I would assume some people would attribute that to some past goings on and my preferred field of study. It makes me difficult to approach, I've been told.
Wait, so you're a dwarf?
Who is a dwarf?
Yeah. I am a gnome.
I'm pointing at the barkeep.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
so that's what dwarves look like.
Please, Aaron, at your service.
I thought the goblins were dwarves the first time I started coming north. That's actually ended up here.
Hang on.
Dylan
Have you not? Have you not met? Well, didn't you tell me you were talking to? You were talking to Vale.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Nodor? To Henry?
Yes.
You didn't realize that he was about a foot shorter than you?
I just thought he was a short human.
A really fat, bearded human? Alright, sure.
I'd never met a dwarf before. That'd be so
No,
great.
I'll take your word for it.
He's a peculiar one.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Look, if there's nothing else you need, I've got some things I need to do in my inn. Actually, while I'm at it, I do need this to be transported to Vale. Sorry, not Vale. Henry, this is my tax. And he pulled out a small bag with about 10 GP.
Be more than happy to bring that to him.
Excellent. Thank you. I hope the rest of you enjoy your day.
Indeed. I believe I already asked someone else, but I figured I might as well ask around. Maybe someone knows something someone else doesn't. But I suppose there's any rumors about of anyone who is able to bring out some magic. local witch, someone else that is rumored to be of an ill sort.
Edgar, who runs the Golden Crate, it's a bit kooky, but not really.
I was in a frozen wasteland. It's a mundane wasteland.
Do wooden sticks not work for you?
If I need to be brute force and hit them with a stick, I can, but I much prefer being able to fling some magic from my fingertips to deal with my problems. And I can't do that as well due to the fact that I was robbed of both my book, which contained most of my more powerful magic incantations in it, as well as my focus, which makes it so if I wish to cast said powerful things on my own, I need to find rather hard to find reagents to cast it.
You just need to punch things more, in my opinion.
Yes, indeed.
I think this is a dirt one.
That's right. I think this is dirt. Oh, what? Oh, that's dirt. No, it's sausage.
Is it worse?
No, yes. Oh, the sausage is so bad. It actually makes me feel sick to the stomach. I need a drink of water. Can you? Yeah. Oh, that's so gross. It's like eating rancid sausage.
Yeah, I mean, the sausage bean has been sitting there for how long on refrigerator?
Contains real sausage.
Sausage.
If it contained real sausage, it would taste a lot better than that.
No, it does contain real sausage, just it's unrefrigerated, so it's just gone bad in the box.
This is not a treat that I should be eating because, like, the black pepper burned my ass. Earthworm tastes exactly as you think it. I'm not even game enough to eat a vomit. Like, fucking forget that.
All I want is just to find a goddamn spell book.
I'm sure there's tons of books. I'm sure at Edgar's place there's tons of books. Maybe you should ask him.
It's worth a shot. I need a specific type of book, however.
Did she flush in the toilet in the back of my mic? I'm gonna kick your ass in a second.
Well, I think it's about time that we head on out of here. Guys, I got some things I want to talk to you about.
Oh, that was grass. Ugh.
Very well, let us be on our way.
Samuel
Adios.
walks out of the tavern.
Yeah.
Thank you for the drink, and I'll be sure to drop this off right away.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks.
You day.
Guys, as much as I liked that dwarf, that money, that's our ticket to getting them goblins in there.
Hmm.
That gold, get them goblins in there.
How though?
You don't remember our captors and how incredibly intelligent they were?
Yes, it's very stimulating conversation.
Just pay them a gold each to go in there. That's 10 of them. We'll blow them up.
What to stop these goblins who are in full control of saying, here's our gold piece, go in there. They take the gold piece and then do nothing, and if we object, they proceed to stabbing us.
They ain't that tough, and they're one. We'll just approach them in groups of 1 and 2.
I think that
I'm
might
going
be
to talk
enough.
us into tomorrow. I have a spell called Charm Person. It lasts for an hour. If it works, they're my friend for an hour, and I can tell them to do almost anything. So,
Callian runs up, overhearing this from the group. And
I'm
there's like,
speaking
hey,
as Itsumoto. I'm
Hey.
speaking as.
oh, you're speaking as Itsumoto. Right. The Itsumoto's like,
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Am I not supposed to do that?
I mean, no, yeah, no. Yeah, people take it in. It's a model charm.
So between you charming and some paying, we can get some in there.
It's possible.
I mean, Vale, he wasn't that good of a guy. He's gonna kill some townsfolk anyway. Might as well have been that dwarf. I don't like dwarfs too much anyway.
Why? It's nice.
I'm not very sure either way of how we'd be able to get them close enough to not just take the golden run.
I said we just approach one or two. They ain't that tough.
It's not a matter of tough, it's a matter of how smart they are. Or should I say dumb.
Hide the rest of it in your pocket and then just hand them one. Spread it out amongst it.
Well, may I offer an alternative strategy? Well, actually, I don't really know if I want to offer this strategy. It sounds like it'll kill a lot of people.
Other ideas are still welcome.
I guess I'll say it anyway, since it has to include me for it to work. If I magically disguise my appearance as a goblin, and I go in there and set off the explosive, then they will all blame a goblin, and we won't need to lure a bunch of goblins in there.
Does your disguise stay disguised after you dead?
I can detonate bombs from 30 feet away. I run in, throw it down, run out, and blow it up.
I understand now.
I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Raylo, you know how to speak their language, and if you were able to disguise yourself, if we get enough of their attention at night and then have you disguised pointing that he ran inside the inn, we might be able to tunnel them in quickly. They're not going to question about somebody standing outside the inn. They'll be more concerned with the fact that the person who just insulted them or got their attention would be running inside there and want to immediately murder them.
Interesting ideas here.
Not to mention we get more poised and willing to run in there without having to carouse cats.
Well, this new plan does involve significantly less potential harm, as it would probably harm nobody other than maybe the innkeeper.
Oh god, you guys are killing me, innkeeper.
It was a maybe. We could put it down outside.
Was there a second floor to that inn?
No,
Just
there was not a second floor. It was like you walk in, and then you walk in like to your left and right of booths, and then there are just tables, and there's like the bar to the left hand side. It's like it's crammed in there.
All right, so it's just one open room.
Yeah, it is just one open room.
If we're smart about this, we could probably do this all at night and get them riled while they're still groggy, and then maybe nobody would be inside the inn. There's one room the innkeeper has to go home probably to sleep at some point.
It's safe to assume that the innkeeper has his own house.
So either
So
way,
our new plan is we wait for the innkeeper to go home. Then we rile up the goblins to come break down the door, then we blow it up.
Pretty much. Act like
What
she
about-
ran in and locked it.
Ruka, you said you can disguise yourself as a goblin?
It won't be exactly that convincing, considering I'm a lot taller than a goblin. I don't think goblins come in 5'7".
Maybe that makes you like
I believe the
super goblin.
hobgoblin variety might, otherwise standard goblin will my height.
I don't actually believe anyone would know what a hobgoblin looks like.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Most of you guys'
I thought
lines
there
of
was-
works wouldn't really have dealt with them.
Yeah,
Especially
figured.
considering Ruka as well didn't know what a
Yeah,
goblin was.
definitely not Ruka.
And Ruka would have to be the one conjuring it, so he would have to know what they look like, so a description wouldn't work.
Well, you're just a really fucking freakishly tall goblin.
Gangly goblin.
Yeah.
Ganglin.
Has there been any bugbears around?
Yes, yes, they have. You saw two of them. You saw two of them outside the Blood Court, but you've only seen two of them.
And what was their job again? What was their like job description?
I mean, they just sort of were standing outside of the Blood Court, like on both sides of the door. You would presume being guards. That's essentially would be the extent of your presumptions.
So, shall we all sleep on it and then see where these things land next day once we have some better equipment in case things go south?
See, that's a good idea. Plus, if we get up early enough, we can see if the innkeeper comes to work or if he just opens up the inn from the inside.
I can definitely head down early enough. I don't need to sleep for that long.
Alright. If you guys are heading back, I take it you're heading back then straight to the Nadorm residence to go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently. With our gigantic bag of gunpowder in a backpack.
I'm gonna... First, I have to go drop something off. And I'm gonna go find Henry to give him the taxes.
Isn't that where we're going?
Yeah.
But, that's right, it's the same place.
Yes, Henry Nadorm is the man who you are giving the taxes to.
1 sec, I need to go drop off these taxes. Continues going in the same direction as us. Stop following me!
when you say goodbye to a friend and walk off in the same direction. Fuck.
Pure genius.
Alright, so so you guys all go back. Upon walking in, Rita the gnome is panically cooking a lot of dinner for everyone, and she's panicking quite a fair whack. And in the backyard, shoveling snow is Nadorm himself.
Rita, let me help you with that.
Oh,
Somebody take the backpack. Somebody take the backpack. Get it away from here.
what do you need?
Let me help you cook. I'm really good at it.
Of course. I was just making 9 steak dinners for all of us.
No, it's...
9 steaks? Where did you get that?
A really fucking big cow.
I suppose so. All right.
Yes.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
If Edgar asks where Belle went, she's snoozing.
Oh dear.
And she's like cleaning the blood off of a large butcher knife.
She's hardcore.
I like this woman.
Yes, if you'd like to cook, please grab the bag of salt so you can season the meat while it's cooking, and I'll chop the vegetables.
Sure.
Thank you.
And yeah, out the back is just of him just shoveling snow.
I'll grab an extra shovel to help with that, and then also, Henry,
Yes.
I've brought the taxes from the inn. We stopped by to get a drink. And
Oh,
ask-
Peter's taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Just go upstairs. The first door on the left's my study. Just leave them on the desk.
Oh, of course.
Yep. I'll be up there in just a moment. And he continues to shovel the snow.
Go put that up there.
Yeah, you walk up. You sort of, as you creak open the door, it's rather small of a study with the desk in there. Bookshelves are aplenty and messy, and on the wall across from his desk is a bunch of candles all shrining his daughter. With red string actually connecting a bunch of different notes.
He's a conspiracy theorist.
It's actually.
It's all leading to a small crest that you recognize to be the Vale House crest.
Oh. I'm going to study this over and also commit his daughter's face to memory.
That'll take you at least like an hour to an hour and a half to really study that down and get that off memory. To get all of that the whole diagram done.
Well, I'll glance at the diagram, but focus on the daughter's face a little bit.
Oh, that'll only take you a little bit. You glance up at it. You see the string sort of going into different places, but yes, all leading back to the crest.
Does it look like there was enough time before dinner to maybe study this for maybe 15 minutes or so?
It'd be about 10-15 minutes before Henry actually charges in. He's just, don't look at that, and he pulls 2 curtains across to cover it up. I must have forgot to cover it.
Apologies for prying.
It's fine. I'm already lost anyway.
What's your studies about?
Mostly I'm just looking into why the goblins came. Trying to see their track patterns. They came completely off the grid. They came from the northeast, and I've never seen goblins come from there before. So my assumption is they came south and sort of roped around before coming in from there. It's nowhere near a village or town that we have on map.
A fresh cave mouth, perhaps.
Possible, but I thought goblins didn't like the cold, but I could be wrong.
I know it's not my business to pry, but perhaps you let me look over this a little more later?
What's that? My wall?
Yes.
I appreciate the offer, but I prefer to keep it a bit personal.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. If you please, I'd like the privacy.
Of course. I'm sorry.
Thank you. And you leave, close the door. Before Rita just calls out, dinner! With all of the plates of beautifully seasoned food and steak down on this rather long table. The table only fits about 6 people, so she's actually going to move stuff off of dressers and off of the bookshelves to put the plates on.
I understand that not everyone can sit at the table, so I've gone to the effort of putting two plates on our dresser over there and 1 plate in the bookshelf.
I don't mind standing. I was a bit late.
Of course. I'm sure Henry will. I'm sure Henry will come down to get his meal when he's ready. But don't sit in his chair.
And she points to the head of the table.
Call the dresser.
This meat is truly sensational, Ruka. You've outdone yourself.
Did I really have a reputation to outdo? But thank you.
Well, I just assumed that you weren't going to be the greatest. I just sort of thought it would be, mediocre and, edible, of course, but nothing exceptional.
I was a chef at an inn for 1.5 years, I tell you.
Oh wow, that's rather astounding. I've been a housewife my entire life. I came out and well, all I did was iron and cook.
Do you enjoy doing that?
Of course, I love it.
I guess people are different everywhere.
I'm the only one in all of No Dorm who doesn't have a job.
That's very lucky.
Yes, well, Henry brings in all of the gold, so I really don't have a reason to. Especially when our daughter was around. I was able to do a lot more, but unfortunately, I do find myself bored from day to day. But anyway, how was everyone's day? Did everyone enjoy their travels?
It's cold, there's a lot running around, and we've made no progress.
He's a bit touchy today. But
Of course.
Met the kind merchants and innkeeper and those who still reside in this town.
Yes.
Still very warmly.
Indeed, we don't get many external visitors that like to stay in no dorm. Most of them just travel through and they, come, stop, buy some pelts or sell some things, and well, they really, head on their way. I know it's not my place to ask, but do any of you mind sharing a room? We don't really have them going around.
I'm fine, I don't mind.
Of course, excellent. Lovely. Well then, if you don't mind, I'll bring you all up to your room.
Samuel's already on the floor sleeping.
Well, we can leave him.
He
appeared to have already found. He found a room.
They'll all head up. Before we all sat down, we cut to Callian just fucking off, I guess.
I thought I was going to join back in at some point between there, but not happen.
I mean, you can get in at some point at dinner and have snuck in through the door or something. I just assumed your character would be fairly preoccupied that day.
I guess, yeah. I don't have tasks to do.
Is there anything you would have done in particular that's worth noting?
I'm going to try to contact my patron.
Did you have any plans on how to do that?
I'll probably find a secluded place outside.
Yep.
And just start, talking to the air, asking for Io. Where are you? Need to talk to you. I'm at Norn. Why am I here?
You're a faint whisper. Fuck off.
No. No, you get no reply. Just sort of whistles in the wind.
I'll just do one last yell at Io in frustration. Next, I'll just head to the blacksmith.
As you do that last yell, nothing really happens, but then the wind picks up and you actually get smacked in the face by a bit of snow. Like as if, something's punishing you for your outburst. But you're unsure.
I just A bit more pissed, but still walk away. I'm gonna head to the blacksmith. We already went there today. Like it's tomorrow that we're getting the equipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna head. There's one more quest up
So you were still heading to the blacksmith?
I want to see if you can make lockpick. See if there's like anyone that's jailed, like the daughter. If anyone who's captured inside the like.
Oh, you're going to see if he's made any law.
Yeah. If not, I want to commission it.
Okay. All right. So you head off to the blacksmith. You get to him. He sort of like perks up. He's like, hey, what? What do you want?
Apparently, we were captured before. We were slaves. So if we were ever get in that situation again, I want to be prepared and have lockpicks.
Yeah.
To break myself out. And
What do you need?
lockpicks, something to unlock doors. Anything that's locked, I can't use.
Right, lockpicks, right. Well, I can't really make the lockpicks. I can make the difference of a lockpick. I can get you a big fucking hammer to knock on the door. It's not exactly stealth, but you know.
Have you ever seen lockpicks before?
I have, but they're too fine for me. I don't have the tenure.
Can you make the molds?
If I had one in front of me,
If I
You see,
draw you a lockpick,
I need something to be there so I can set it in the clay. I can pat it down with my clay, and then once I do my clay, I fire it up, and then I pull the cast out of the mold. And then I can start laying more metals. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's a relatively long process.
It takes a while, about 3 to 5 days. Not to mention, I require the original material as well, so that I can have depth, height, length, all that kind of stuff.
Do you have any thin sheets of metal or hairpin? I don't know. I could probably
Thin
make-
sheets of metal. I don't think I do. I really only have my ingots.
Okay. Well, if you find any, can I have a piece for when I pick?
Sure, I'll hold one for you.
When we pick up the weapons. Thank you again.
Yeah, of course.
Right, then I just head back.
Yeah, you head back. You get in about, when everybody else is sort of having lunch. Not lunch, dinner. And then, I guess there's just no earwax in this. Oh, I found one. Found an earwax in the container. Anyway, here, you get back about the middle of dinner. Door opens. There's like
Oh yes, I forgot there was another one. Yes, sit, have dinner,
and then she brings everyone up to their room.
I'm very surprised she forgot of a tall ass guy like me.
She's into the short stuff.
We call it the girth.
Oh, that's definitely earwax.
You should stop.
Do I want to taste it? I'm only smelling it.
I've had the earwax one before, and it isn't that bad. It's not that good either.
Do it.
Oh, that's gross.
See, it's not that bad, not that good.
All that's left at the bottom is like black pepper, sausage, dirt, vomit, grass.
It sounds like you're like describing a trash
Cinnamon.
can.
Literally. There's some watermelon. I'll have some of that. There's so much cinnamon. The cinnamon was nice when I first had it. Now it's just gross. Now it's just too cinnamony. Like, I get overpowered by the cinnamon. I've only had one rotten egg, and that's pretty eventful. I haven't had a dirt one yet, and I want one, funny enough. I'm too scared to have any of the brown ones, because I don't want them to be sausage. Because sausage is relatively volatile. It is So do you want to take the time to yourself? Do you want any more of the shit jelly bean? I'm just gonna throw them out. They're cool. Whether they were worth $11, I don't know. You know, can't really say that everybody ate dirt. I don't like that meme, Nick. I don't like it. I don't like it.
One bit.
I don't like it. When you turn the words about, I don't like it. When you vote One Nation out. Alright, so, you'll get a sleep. You're a level 2, question mark?
I'm gonna leave it to model level 1.
Yeah, he can level himself up. Unless he's done it in... Has he done it in D&D Beyond? Let's see if he's done it in D&D Beyond. And then I think honestly, we might leave the session there, as to not go too far ahead with Itsumato for a second time. Funny enough, he was the guy that was concerned that nobody was going to show up.
Ironic.
Yeah.
You guys want to tell me so I can throw my opinion in there?
I don't know. I mean, I'm already kind of having like second thoughts about the whole bomb detonation. I feel like this is the wrong way to motivate people.
But yes, that's that'll
know
be our
about the
session.
plan, and I'll let you know my ideas about it.
I mean, I don't really know actually why we wouldn't apply it in a different way. Let's just take the gunpowder and go blow up part of their blood court. Find out where the fucking prisoners are and blow out the exterior wall and form an evac.
Go, go,
I
go!
don't- Your campaign, I don't give a fuck. You do.
The,
I'm greatly regretting making a wizard.
It's an
Yeah.
it's an eat your own adventure game.
you can do with components for now. It won't help with the spellbook thing.
No, literally without a spellbook, I can't learn new spells. I'm stuck with the same spells until I find a spellbook.
Even when you level up.
I level up, they just add to my spellbook. A wizard's whole thing is the spellbook.
Oh.
You just need the inks in the book. Because all you require is... You just need
I
a
need
regular
magical
book.
ink and magical paper.
Well, no, it's just the
Neither
book.
actually.
I believe it's the contents itself, because it's the book is just a regular book, and the inks are just they're just the valued inks, and you just need to copy stuff into a page.
The real thing is that it requires the money to get specific ink, and not just I buy a vial of ink for 1 gold I can make spells. It's literally, to copy a spell, you need like
Yeah, it's however
upwards
much.
of like a good amount of gold to copy a spell.
I think it's 15 gold.
We have no money.
Yeah,
We had
you guys
10
can-
gold.
You guys can work for it. It's just you decided to pay for it. You decided to pay for your work with booze, even though I'm sure the innkeeper was more than happy to to pay you gold. You just all decided to get crunk instead.
I would have asked for money.
I mean, I didn't need money, so I don't really care.
I was mostly in there to get an idea of the layout.
And the drink.
That too.
Samuel was in there to get drunk.
Well, I mean, that's why you go, you know?
Let's get fucking ripped.
Want to
But yeah, your character sheet's into level 2.
Are you gonna do like the Force of D&D Beyond copying thing?
I wasn't planning to, but like...
Okay. I mean, I'm just thinking like higher spell levels, you might want to do that.
I mean, at some point I will, probably. But at the moment I won't. Specifically you as well, Ruka, you will need to get me, in the D&D Beyond, in the creatures area, get me all of your wild shape ones, and then I'll convert, and like, I'll throw them in the Roll20.
I'm pretty sure I sent you the message before. Do you want me to send you like links for each animal?
No, just in the, so in D&D Beyond, on your character sheet, let me go to it. Yeah, so on your character sheet, there should be a far right tab called Creatures. You should be able to add wild creatures to that. You should better go manage creatures. Yeah, manage creatures.
I'm looking. There it
Yeah,
is.
there's wild shape, and it's filtered by using wild shape, and it'll give you everything you can take.
Oh, that's neat. I'm happy they integrated this.
Yes. Yes, so you just pick those and I'll tell you like which one you'll have. You'll notice that there's chicken, hen, and rooster. That's a homebrew. That is a homebrew.
Is there a giant chicken option?
No, it's just a regular chicken. That's for my that's for the Monday game that Josh and I are in. Or Alneth.
Running
And
into
I are in.
battle on a giant chicken.
Yeah,
Giant
I'm
cock.
I'm a drunk who won a chicken from a wager with a peasant.
Giant badger.
But yeah, you basically would have seen the majority of those beasts are like the dinosaurs, basically.
What? You aren't gonna let me use dinosaurs?
When you see them, I'll let you use them, but you wouldn't have seen them in a lifetime.
Good.
Dinosaurs are far south.
Oh,
you'll
you just
see them.
confirmed the existence of dinosaurs.
No, they are. Yeah, no, they're absolutely. They exist in the world, but they're in the tropical jungles of the south.
At 8th level, if I see a Tyrannosaurus Rex, I can polymorph into it.
Doesn't polymorph like you assume the mentality, like the
Yeah, I'd lose a lot of it.
creature.
So I don't know exactly how I'd behave.
you'd become very carnivorous.
I mean, depending on the situation, it would work pretty well. Like, I mean, if we were fighting something really big, I mean, I'd obviously go in hard on that.
Potentially. Or you go for the weakest thing first.
I mean, I feel like
Something
like,
worth the energy.
if a T-Rex is like faced with like another T-Rex, I don't really think that if that other T-Rex is already angry at it, that it would start eating small people adjacent to it first.
No, but like if you were to be like, if you were to be like in the back line, all your friends are like dying and bleeding out, like you'd polymorph, you'd fight the other T-Rex or the other big creature until that big creature one's off, and then you eat your friends.
Doesn't sound very hunter.
That's like that's very because you're not gonna try and kill and eat the big thing. You're gonna try and just scare it off so you can eat the little things.
You see, what you've just implied there is high intelligence.
That's not high intelligence. That's just predator mentality.
So did you want us to just level it up in D&D Beyond, or did you want us to do it in Roll20?
Do it in D&D Beyond, but then just convert things into the Roll20.
Okay.
Yeah.
An ape. Medium beast unaligned.
Can you turn into an ape? I think you can.
I don't really think I've seen an ape. I just thought it was funny.
Actually, now that I think about it, you wouldn't have seen an ape.
Yeah, exactly.
The things that you would have seen and actually will let you turn into a chicken.
Dude, I'll totally take chicken. That sounds like a good
Um,
incognito disguise.
You would have seen a badger, a black bear, boar, brown bear, camel. Actually, no, you wouldn't have seen a camel. You would have seen a cat. You would have seen a chicken. You definitely would have seen a cow.
How do you feel about dire wolves and giant badgers?
You wouldn't have seen a dire wolf.
Okay.
You would have seen. You probably wouldn't have seen any of the giant creatures, other than giant rat. You would
I
have
guess
seen
I
like,
need.
you would have seen like all of the domesticated animals. You would have seen like mules, oxes, ponies, like riding horses, that kind of stuff. You would have seen.
Mhm.
War
Do I have any-
horses even.
No.
No stench cow though. Damn.
Stench cow. I can only go 0 to 1 right now, so you don't need to worry about everything.
If you tick I think it's if you tick the filter, it'll show you the ones that you can use.
Yeah, I know.
It's even 0 to 1, no flying or swimming speed.
Yeah, I know that too.
Yeah, and I think most.
Oh, there we go. There's what I wanted. But actually, no. The draft force is very, very unassuming. The draft force is as fast as a bear. Come on, draft force.
Just fast as a donkey.
There we go. I'll take a deer. I wanted something that went really fast, and the deer's got my back.
You could go riding horse.
Oh, there's riding horse. I didn't see.
Yeah,
it.
you definitely would have seen a riding horse, being on a farm and stuff.
Oh, load more. I didn't see that at the bottom.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a lot more. Riding horse. Oh, 60 feet. Yeah, it's got my back good.
Yeah, you would have seen things like lizards, little stuff like that. You would have seen goat as well. Definitely would have seen a goat.
See, warhorse is clearly actually the superior choice because the warhorse has more HP.
Well, yeah, it's a stockier horse. I don't know if you would have seen a war horse. Now that I think about it, definitely a draft and a riding. But a war horse is like, what armies have, and you haven't been around.
Giant riding lizard.
Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I can't remember. I have to look this up. Monsters official. I have to look up if a warg is a beast. I'm pretty sure it is.
It's a monstrosity. Because we got in a whole argument about me trying to charm it.
Oh, is that?
Yep.
Drat. Because I was going to say that'd be great if you could turn it into a warg. That would.
I mean, I can polymorph into a warg eventually.
Yeah.
But by then it'd probably be pretty shit. Anything else I really want?
D&D will be back at its normal time tomorrow. Tomorrow? Next week?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we're doing a double session.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Burning
And then
the
I'll take
village down.
Mastiffs are just dogs, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm grabbing incognito disguises.
I believe so, yes. Like in terms of the D&D world, I believe they are, yes.
Alright. Well, until next week.
Yeah, just make sure you level up for next week, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, are we rolling for HP for that?
Depends if you picked it.
Yeah, you can take the average if you want.
I don't care if you take fixed or rolling. Rolling's just more fun.
I'm not sure if we rolled last time.
I rolled last time. I got max.
I think I might have already rolled, which is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I did. Right above Milo.
Oh my god, the rooster kicks ass if I have to do other things while I'm wild shape.
The rooster is good, isn't it? It doesn't have a flying speed.
I mean, it can clumsily fly up to 5 feet high. I mean, it could statistically be useful in situations.
Yeah, it's a flap. It's more designed. It's more designed that yeah.
But yeah, bonus action run on each of its turns. No, it's bonus action disengage.
That's so perfect.
Yeah, it's a little homebrew thing. It's great, isn't it?
So you bonus action disengage, main action dash.
I'm surprised there wasn't a chicken in it, to be honest. Like, there was a chicken in D&D to begin with.
You see, I think I know why, and it's because they're like, man, this is useless for wild shape, and nobody's ever gonna fight a chicken in combat, so let's not put it in here.
Would you look at this?
Alright, okay, somebody, we're gonna have a mock combat with a chicken. Josh, you have to unarmed fight me in chicken form.
It's gonna be cockfighting.
Let's go.
Yeah, cockfighting. I have an AC of 10 and I have 2 hit points. Alright, let's roll initiative. Let's see, I'm gonna...
Immediate punch.
Okay, let's see who gets to go first. Yeah, I got a 5 on my initiative check.
I'm gonna give you a turn order.
Yeah, we have to see what happens. Okay, looks like you're going first. Okay, go for the punch.
Going for that cock claw.
Yeah. If you connect, I'm pretty much dead.
Oh!
Ooh, you missed the punch.
Ooh! The punch straight over the head of the cock. The
Okay,
cock it's dodging. It's dodging.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a bite. This is 1 damage if I hit. Flat roll. Oh, probably not. Okay.
What's Alness AC?
Retaliate!
Does that beat the chicken's AC?
It's 10, isn't
It
it?
does.
Alright, roll
your
for damage. Roll for damage. One plus strength.
Wait, do you have negative strength?
I do, so I don't do any damage.
It's the battle of the titans.
It's over, I failed. I have a -2, I actually can't ever kill you.
The chicken fails to hurt you again.
Do.
You hit.
Wait, does unarmed damage like still do at least just 1, or is it always? Yeah, wait, no, it should
No,
be.
it's negative. It doesn't do a minimum of 1. Like, it doesn't do negative. It'll do 0.
Yeah, it's always 0. I'm fucking
I feel like
slapping you
It's
with.
your
No,
you're
it
not
is. It is 0 because I'm looking at Alness right now. My unarmed is straight
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, because it's the whole point of it. You're not even strong enough that you can throw a good punch.
okay. We're gonna see if I can actually successfully hit you. No. No.
Not doing-
No. Oh, there we go. 1 damage. I feel like if you just picked up a rock, I would be dead.
Oh, you're dead.
You.
Yeah, see, there you go. You killed the chicken. You beat the raid boss.
Well, that was the rooster, not the hen.
Oh.
Whoa, damn.
You guys have a good week. That was a good game. Thank you.
Yes.
Go.
Look forward to
I really
blowing
wish
up
I was
an
at the
end.
party now. Staying behind really sucked.
Look
I missed
what
all the
you
good
did.
shit.
God damn you.
Oh, I wish I joined them like right after the first meeting at the house. But
Yeah.
I was
I think
hoping
my-
you would cut
I
back
think
after the first meeting. I was like, oh,
I think my plot's going well. I think.
pretty good.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
A lot of setup.
Yeah, there's a lot of setup. I've left a lot of plot hook. Like, ooh, there's some tension.
I really want to talk to Nodorn.
Dude, that conspiracy theory thing was so funny when I was right.
Yeah. That one I was super keen on just sitting there and watching over the whole thing and just looking it over, and I was like, "Fuck, there's not enough time."
I'm curious to see if he thinks a veil is behind the goblins. It was like a misguided grab for power or something.
The fact that he's not dead, but then he was in chains after, is a curiosity.
Well, I mean, the weird part is that he is untouched in his, like, really nice building.
That is true. His building hasn't been as ramshackled as everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they haven't gone after it all, despite the fact he doesn't really have guards anymore.
I mean, he has a guard, but the guards.
Yeah, but I mean-
the guards that were originally defending that place got taken. So
The way he acts is not reflective of his.
See, like, here's how we do it, though, is that we bait them all to start running towards Alneth, and we get as many goblins around the bomb as possible, and then Alneth face steps out, and then I detonate it.
That's
I
exactly
was
what I was going with.
If that works, that'd be pretty good. If you want to go a bit smaller scale, you could probably have who had the disguise self again?
Me.
Oh, okay. You can go disguise self, and then its model could charm person and have the guy follow your every direction. And you just walk into the bar and just like kick him out, like, get the fuck out of here. This is our place now, and they won't do shit because they haven't been doing shit.
Oh my god, that's a great idea, though. If I disguise as a goblin and go into the bar and like use charm person and then act like I'm being an asshole and like taking over the bar for the goblins, I'll make all of the townspeople hate the goblins.
Well, they already do, but
they've already done that though. It's just the whole point of the bomb is the tipping point.
And exploded after that.
Yeah,
but make sure to kick everyone out.
The bombing is the tipping point of. That's what Vale reckons will tip the people into actually going into action.
You could probably keep the barkeep in there, and then just toss him out before it explodes, so he can still survive but almost die.
Wow, that's a couple. That's an almost too many.
I don't know. But like, I feel like there should be witnesses to the tyranny, whatever.
If I was playing this campaign, I wouldn't even try and get as many as I would try and get every commoner I could into that building and then blow it up. Be like, oh, look at the goblins, they blow up at...
Look at that goblin running away! Somebody got side points.
I was a bit surprised hearing, like, he's willing
Puppeteer.
to kill his people, like, straight up murder them.
Well, that's why I was already suspect. As soon as I heard the crest was on it, I'm like, this man is not a good man.
Well, see, the problem is that, like, what I'm trying to show you as a DM is that, like, both sides have badness.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, both sides don't have... There's no clean-cut good and bad.
I'm being real, though. He really put a lot of trust in people after revealing he's a major asshole. He gave us a giant bomb.
He has nothing to lose. He said it himself, his reputation is too good to be effective.
I mean, he could die in an explosion.
Yeah. A mysterious
That is
explosion.
something he could lose.
He won't. He won't die in an explosion.
Is he a lich? Did you just tip your hand?
He ain't gonna die in an explosion. He can't.
He's got plot armor. He got DM plot armor.
No, he don't even have DM plot armor. There's no physical way that he could die.
He's not real. He's not real.
Yeah, exactly. You just tipped your hand. He's not real. He's a ghost.
He's a misnomer.
He's a representation of all of our negative feelings towards the human race.
He's a thought!
All NPCs are queens.
If they breathe, they is thought.
I already got something that will help in carousing them. Once I get my light crossbow, I'll be able to, rile them enough in our direction.
I can customize the badger. The badger is a construct. His alignment is lawful evil.
Alright, that's it. That's genuinely it. Josh, go to the stupid Lord of the Marsh game and delete the stupid paladin before I bash your head in with a shield.
What paladin?
The Brayton Hadar from Lord of the Marsh game. Rossie's Monday game.
I was just asking him to remove it.
Because there's all the level 1 there's all the level 1 things. And then there's just your stupid character. Making me mad.
Jeez, that's really fucking rude.
You don't like Brayton Hadar with the 3 wisdom?
Why does it actually have 3 fucking wisdom?
Look at the character.
I'm doing this.
How do you roll 3? Oh my god.
Let's
With 4
check if I
natural
got rolls
ones.
for this camp.
Oh my god.
It was a beautiful thing. It's probably why Rozzy never got rid of it. Is because it's been sitting there.
It's 3
Oh my
wisdom and